Rain descended in steady sheets across the Chicago skyline that evening. Marcus Thompson moved swiftly through the streets, his hand firmly holding Lily's smaller one. At 35 years old, Marcus had mastered every shortcut the city offered. They were making their way home from Lily's dance class, which took place every week. Lily spoke enthusiastically about the challenging choreography for her upcoming recital. Marcus found himself quietly questioning whether the groceries at home would be sufficient for dinner. A slender alleyway up ahead would shave several minutes off their journey. He steered Lily deliberately into the poorly lit passage. Midway through their route, Marcus spotted a figure collapsed on the wet ground. A woman dressed in a rain-drenched blue business suit lay before them. She rested in a slumped position against the frigid brick wall. Her legs were positioned at an awkward angle, her phone quivering faintly in her grip. Wet blonde strands were plastered across her ashen face. Marcus felt his protective instincts surge immediately. He drew Lily nearer to his side. "Daddy, I think that woman is injured," Lily murmured in a gentle whisper. Her empathy superseded the typical wariness children show toward strangers. Marcus contemplated simply continuing past to ensure Lily's safety, but the woman's obvious suffering altered his course of action. "Please," the woman spoke, her voice unsteady, her eyes brimming with terror. "Please don't harm me. I'm unable to get up." Marcus lowered himself to her level, positioning Lily protectively at his back. "Ma'am, we're not here to cause harm, we want to help. My name is Marcus and this is Lily, my daughter." The woman's tense shoulders dropped marginally as her fear began to subside. "I stumbled. My heel became trapped in a metal grate. I hit the ground hard and heard something snap in my ankle." Marcus observed the pronounced swelling encircling her delicate ankle joint. His years spent coaching youth sports had familiarized him with such indicators. "All right, we'll make sure you receive the assistance you need. Lily, sweetheart, take my phone and dial 911. Lily complied immediately, displaying a seriousness and composure beyond her age. Marcus removed his jacket to provide the woman some comfort. He positioned it carefully under her wet head as a cushion. Her costly timepiece and luxury handbag didn't escape his notice. These possessions stood in stark contrast to her current defenseless, trembling condition. "May I ask your name?" Marcus inquired, working to keep her focused. "Alexandra. My name is Alexandra Sterling," she responded between bouts of shivering. "The ambulance is on its way, Daddy," Lily declared with evident pride. "The operator told me we're doing exactly what we should." Alexandra stared at Lily with genuine wonder in her expression. "You show remarkable courage helping someone you don't know." "Daddy teaches me that strangers are often the ones who need help most," Lily answered with the straightforward certainty only children possess. The rain continued its persistent rhythm as the three waited in silence. Marcus positioned his umbrella and his own body to shelter Alexandra from the downpour. "Is there someone we ought to contact for you?" he questioned. "Family members or friends who should be informed right away?" Alexandra responded with a brief, cynical laugh. "I have staff, business partners, and countless casual contacts. I'm uncertain whether I have genuine friends. Nobody would show up just because I was in need." Her admission exposed a depth of isolation Marcus himself had once experienced. His mind went back to the difficult early days of raising his child alone. "What's your profession?" Marcus asked with curiosity. "I'm the CEO of Sterling Technologies," Alexandra answered, a note of pride in her voice. "I stayed at the office late and was walking to my vehicle. That's when my heel became stuck in a metal grate. I collapsed and heard the snap in my ankle." Her voice carried frustration as she made a pained gesture. "I've successfully negotiated million-dollar contracts and navigated corporate crises, yet I couldn't make it through a parking structure without injury." Marcus detected the vulnerability hiding beneath her harsh self-judgment. "Ma'am, experiencing an accident doesn't indicate you're losing control. It just demonstrates that you're human. Everyone requires assistance sometimes." The ambulance pulled up, its sirens softened by the intensity of the rainfall. The paramedics expressed gratitude to Marcus and Lily for their compassionate action. While they made preparations to transport Alexandra, she paused suddenly. "Hold on, please. I never learned your surname, yet you remained when you had every reason to continue on. Would you be willing to share your contact details? I'd like the opportunity to properly express my gratitude later." Marcus paused, feeling uncomfortable about accepting any form of compensation, but something in her gaze weakened his resistance. He provided his number with reluctance, anticipating nothing in return. 3 days passed before Marcus picked up a call from an unfamiliar number. Alexandra was speaking from her hospital bed. Marcus, my ankle sustained a fracture, but the doctors say it will mend properly. What matters more is that I wanted to express my gratitude once more. You and Lily stopped to help when everyone else refused. The security recordings revealed 7 people passed by me that night. 7 individuals witnessed my injury and chose to keep moving. They deliberately avoided involvement because it would have disrupted their plans. That evening, I came to an uncomfortable and difficult realization. I've dedicated 15 years to constructing my company's achievements, yet I've never constructed a life with genuine meaning. If an emergency occurred, my daughter Sophia wouldn't be informed by me. She'd likely receive the news from one of my assistants rather than her own mother. That's not the legacy I wish to create. You're a mother? Marcus responded with surprise. Yes, Sophia is 8 years old and primarily resides with her father. My work schedule consumes 80 hours each week, leaving almost no time for her. I haven't fulfilled my role as the parent she needs and deserves. Alexandra's voice fractured with emotion as she revealed her deepest regrets. Throughout the following months, an unexpected friendship started to develop between them. She became resolute in her decision to transform her priorities completely. Alexandra requested Marcus' guidance on being a more present and purposeful parent. Marcus, wealthy in meaningful connections despite limited finances, instructed a CEO about achieving balance and fostering family bonds. In exchange, Alexandra presented Marcus with valuable opportunities, a position with flexible scheduling that allowed him to remain available for Lily, introductions to programs designed to support households headed by single parents, and eventually a leadership position overseeing community outreach for Sterling Technologies' Family Wellness Initiative. Even more significantly, Alexandra worked to restore her relationship with Sophia. She discovered that being present held more value than achieving perfection or accumulating power. She reduced her working hours substantially and made herself available for school functions. She understood that authentic connection demanded both vulnerability and dedicated time. 2 years following that rain-soaked evening in the alley, Marcus and Lily were in attendance at a Sterling community gathering. Alexandra stood at the podium with Sophia positioned proudly at her side. She revealed the expansion of family support programs available to all employees. This initiative emerged from a crucial lesson I learned. The most meaningful measure of success isn't found in profit margins. It's determined by whether we're present for one another when it counts. 2 years ago, I found myself physically incapable of standing. I sat isolated in an alley, filled with fear and pain. A father raising his child alone and his young daughter chose to stop and assist me. They stood to gain nothing from helping, yet they stayed regardless. They showed me that humanity is defined by extending help, even when doing so is inconvenient or uncomfortable. Her eyes found Marcus standing among the attendees. Thank you for demonstrating what genuine strength and compassion look like. You showed me that real wealth exists in our relationships and our communities. I previously believed that vulnerability represented weakness. I was mistaken. The moments when we're most vulnerable can illuminate what genuinely matters. The single father who simply made the choice to help taught his daughter an enduring lesson, that kindness must always outweigh convenience. If this narrative resonated with your heart today, please show your support by liking this video and sharing it with your friends. Subscribe to receive more uplifting stories centered on compassion. We welcome your comments sharing similar experiences. Moments when helping others shifted your perspective, or when an act of kindness from a stranger made a meaningful impact in your life. Always remember, we extend help to others because it's the right thing to do, not because we expect rewards, recognition, or reciprocation. The most valuable lesson we can pass to future generations is the power of compassion.